my YouTube friends! Did you know there's a live streaming format that gets hundreds of millions of views every single day? In fact, I bet you watch one, or at least a clip from one nearly every day. And it's a pretty easy formula anyone can put together. We're gonna talk about it today, so you know what? Let's get to it! Live podcast streams have taken over. Nearly everyone has watched the Joe Rogan Experience or the Pat McAfee Show, or clips from either one of those shows. It's a pretty simple format, and it's really easy to do with the tool I'm going to show you today. A host brings a guest and talks about something interesting. The subject can be from a specific niche, like the Pat McAfee Show and sports, or basically anything, like Joe Rogan. Now, most of us don't have a huge general audience, or a massive sports audience. But the format works really well starting out on a much more niche level. For example, I watch a lot of drag racing podcasts. It's a small niche where the host will bring on a guest who's involved in the drag racing experience in some way or another. The conversation is always about drag racing or learning more about the guest. And when you tackle a small niche, it's not generally hard to get guests that people are going to be interested in or recognize. I mean, let's face it, not everyone is Joe Rogan and able to get billionaires on their podcast. Luckily, you don't have to. Now, the perfect tool to create your live podcast is, of course, Riverside. It's literally what Riverside was originally created for, but it has come a long way and does much, much more. I mean, before you're even finished live streaming, it can practically have your clips all ready to upload. Don't believe me? Well, let me show you how it works. Alright, so this is really simple. When you're on the home, you could just go over here and click Go Live. It's going to create a studio for you. Put your name in there as you are the host. And whether you're going to be using headphones or not, I generally recommend that you do, but in my case, I'm not going to be using them right now. Set your camera, set your microphone, set how you're listening to your audio. So that would be whether you're using speakers or headphones. Click Join Studio. So now we're in here, it's going to want you to set up the actual location where you're going to be streaming to or from. So we can set this up. We can also add destinations, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, or use a custom RTM which will allow you to pretty much go anywhere you want. You can see it automatically puts my name down here. We can move that around, add a title, whatever we want to do. We are on the full screen, but we can move over here and invite someone. All you have to do is copy the link, send it out in an email or whatever. There you go. You can add an in-person guest as well, which is very cool. So record their full camera and microphone totally separate. I absolutely love that. Down here we have our Go Live button. We have our microphone selection, camera selection, speaker selection. We can use reactions. So boom, you can see what that looks like. Our guests can raise their hand. They will obviously have this in their menu. We can mess around with layouts. We can add a script on here. So if we have a script, there we go. We can use it as a teleprompter, whatever we want to do. And then we can also share different content, presentations or screen. Let's go ahead and fill that other screen with a screen. We'll use our channel content. Makes it easy. Bada bing. We want to go back to our menu here, and it gives us these three options with this particular thing. So there we go. Now if we were live and recording, even though it crops my screen on each one of these, it's still recording my full video. If this were a guest, it would still be recording its full video. Even if I move over here, it's still recording that full video. So if your guests are not full screen, it doesn't matter. It's still recording their full video in whatever you have set up. 1080, 4K, whatever it is. Well, over here we can mess around with different text pieces. Up here on the top, people. When you invite new people or what have you, it's going to list them right here. We can also click here to add a participant, and it will add a remote guest or an in-person guest, whichever one you choose. We can drop this down and select our stuff. We can add visual effects if we like, which are right over here. So we can add blur. We can add different backgrounds. All that stuff works pretty well. We can also take a look at our recording info right here, audio, video, anything that you have set up recording wise. Over here we have chat, so we can go into our public chat. Anything that comes in during the live stream is going to come in here. We can also type in here ourselves, and you can see what it looks like when we go ahead and we select to display that chat. Boom, there we go. And we can hide it right here as well. So if you wanted to highlight chat that comes in from your audience, you can easily do that. You also can chat with guests that are in the holding pen, so to speak. You haven't brought them on the broadcast just yet. You can chat with them as well. We go down here to brand. If we don't like our background, we can change it up. We can change our brand color. We can upload logos. We can change the brand font. What that is this down here. So we can go with clean, bold, edgy, this sort of thing. Needless to say, we can also change the font for any of that the way that we want it. We can add text on the screen. Super simple. Boom. We can create the text that we want. We can also say how long it shows up. So this is going to show up for 5 seconds. If we put it on there, it's going to stay for 5 seconds, and then it's going to disappear. Boom. Now we also down here have media, and you can add music, you can add videos. If you look right here, music or videos, you can play them, preview them, set your volume, all that kind of stuff that you can use directly on your live stream. Now, needless to say, you don't really need more than that. Podcasting live streams are not meant to be flashy. They're not meant to do anything other than to allow you the opportunity to interview a guest or multiple guests at the same time. And you can pretty much have as many guests as you can think of on Riverside. But again, generally speaking, it's host to guest. It's the most effective way. It can be about whatever topic or subject matter you want, and both of you can actually watch a video or something like that and comment about it. In my previous example, I talked about how I enjoy watching drag racing podcasts and that sort of stuff. And if we wanted to play a clip of a video of a drag race or something like that, we can show it, and then we can go right to our guest and say, what was it like to break that record? Or what did it feel like to hit the wall at 200 miles an hour? We can easily interact with our guest about content and that sort of thing, which makes it even more effective. There are some other settings that you can mess around with right here. You've got your audio, video, and then audio only. You can set your recording resolution, your streaming resolution, pick which type of language you're going to be using, which is kind of important for it to create clips after you're finished. We can go into all settings and adjust our audio and video. They have some extra stuff for noise cancellation, general. This is all your basic stuff. You're going to put your name, your title if you want to have one in there, your export notifications, design stuff like your logo, and you can customize the whole entire design. Here you could set up your recording for just audio and video or just audio. You can auto volume control. You can set noise reduction right here as well. You can adjust your frame rate. You can have automatic internet backups, language, and then your countdown timer and automatic start recording. You can set all that stuff up really well. Go ahead and set up all of your live streaming stuff right in here. And then you've got some advanced settings right here for call quality and low data mode, depending upon if you're dealing with somebody who might have a slower connection. You could do the raise hand gesture. If you have guests in the background or someone who wants to ask a question who's a guest, they can simply do that. Most of the time, podcasts are kind of more informal than that, but you do you. Whatever you feel like is right for your podcast is what you're going to do. And then when you're ready to go live, you just come down here, click the go live button. You're going to go live. It's also going to record. So you're going to be all set up. When you're finished, you're going to go ahead and click the same button that's going to stop your live broadcast. Well, after that, it's going to automatically download all of the sources. If you have external guests and that sort of stuff, it's going to download those all, and then it's going to go ahead and create those clips for you. So when it's done creating those clips, it's going to drop you on a screen like this that essentially shows you all of the different clips that it created. Now let's say that it didn't create a clip or something that you really want. Well, it's pretty easy to fix that. You can go over here into your edits, and you could go to edit from scratch. Now up here you can decide what format you want this edit to be. 16 by 9, 19 by 6. So if you're going to create a short, you just go ahead and click that. You can adjust the layout right here. You can create different scenes, add different background, all the same sort of design elements, but you don't really have to do anything. The easiest way, if it didn't create a magic clip automatically for you, is to just come up here into the search box and tell it what you're looking for. If you remember something that happened in your live stream that you want to see, well, just type it in here. For this case, I'm going to go ahead and search for Blender, and we're going to do a search, and here's the first one. I can just move my mouse there, and it's going to show me where we're at, and I'm going to come down here, and we're going to go and just select some text, right? Now let's say this is the text that I want in my video. All I have to do is go right here and click keep only this. And bada bing, we've got all of the text that I wanted in my video right here. It's all highlighted down here. We can basically just edit this. Although we don't have to do anything. It's already done for us. We can go up here and modify the layout to make sure that this is centered, but we don't even really have to do that. We can come over here to our co-creator and we can improve the sound quality, enhance the visuals, or create magic clips, or just ask the co-creator what we want and he can go and mess around with this and do it. Now if we go here, we can remove pauses. We could just click apply and 2 seconds later all of the pauses are removed from the video. We can remove any filtered words. We can remove any fluff if there's ums or ahs or just fluff garbage. And it says you've got one fluff piece found here. It tells you exactly what it is. We can review it or we can just remove it. We could go here to Magic Audio. It's going to clean up the sound quality. Right here we've got Smart Layout. So we can apply this and it will do the layout thing for us. If we don't like it, we can still go in there and modify our layout. We can also add animated clips and animated or auto-generated B-roll, which is pretty cool stuff. We can go in here and add our branding. It's all the same kind of stuff. So we could choose themes and apply a brand, add a logo. Down here we have tracks. So theoretically, if we wanted to put voiceover on here or something, we could certainly do that. Go down here to captions and we can simply add a caption right here like that. We can change the size of our captions, grab it, move it anywhere we want on the screen, place it, click off. Now we've got our captions on there. Not a problem. It's going to basically just read the whole thing and we're all set. We're going to go down here and we can select media so we can add other video pieces into here if we wanted to. We can add music. There's all kinds of stuff here and there's ready-made collections here we can surf through as well to find different stuff, or we can upload our own tracks. We can go into images and add images over top, anything like that. We can also auto-generate B-roll from here, search through royalty-free images, or upload any of our own. We can add video. So we could start creating B-roll or fill roll. We can generate audio, video. We just tell it what we want. Select whatever model we want to use for our video. It'll create all that stuff up for us. And the last piece is text, where we can just add text right over top anywhere we want, mess around with it, even animate it. Very, very cool stuff. You can basically, if it doesn't give you the magic clip you want and you remember what it was you were talking about, you can search for it and add captions to it and you're done. It's that fast. If your collection has multiple clips, you can go in here and change it up to select multiple clips, or any of the magic clips that it's created. You can come in here and select and edit those up as well. When you're finished, all you have to do is go here and click share. You can normalize audio levels and remove background noise right here. Select your video or audio quality. If you wanted to just do audio, you could do that right here, and then you export your video. Even if it didn't give you the magic creations that you want right out of the box, you can see how easy it is to just create it yourself in about 30 seconds. Now maybe you like some of the features, but you wouldn't want to use the live feature. That's perfectly fine. you could actually use OBS to do all your recordings and upload your videos and take advantage of all of the other features that Riverside offers on the editing front. It's really that simple. Let me show you. Alright, so I've had people ask me, hey Mike, I've actually already done the videos or had the live stream. I have it on my hard drive. Maybe you're the person that wants to actually stream with OBS, but you want to take all of the other stuff out of it. Well, you can actually do that, and you can have it create all your clips if you want, just by clicking on the upload button here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just drag in our thing. And in this case, it's not going to necessarily be able to separate out the full videos of each of your speakers, but if you have more than one, it will separate them out and give you the ability to decide whether you want it to focus on one person or the other, depending upon how you filmed it. Now, obviously, if you filmed it in Riverside, it's going to have the full video for each of these speakers, and you can configure it any way you want. But in this case, we're uploading a video, and it only has one speaker, so that's all I need. We can go ahead and click upload, and it's just going to upload it for us. And you can see this is a 35-minute video, so it's going to be able to give me lots of clips, both vertical and horizontal, that I can use on my channel to drive more traffic. So for those out there asking the question, can you just use videos that you already have or download your own videos and upload them to Riverside to create clips? The answer to that is absolutely yes. And 15 minutes later, you go have a bite to eat, you come back, and everything is made for you. So we've got the full episode in vertical right here. We've got all these magic clips. And you can see 50 seconds, 57 seconds, 53 seconds. A little synopsis of what each clip is all about. We can go over here and move over and take a look at other clips. We can go down here and look at magic segments. These are basically just mini videos that it sets up for you with a little bit of information as to what each clip entails. Down here we've got hooks, again, little synopsis. We've got posts. You can have Instagram captions right here. Your blog post if you wanted to do it about that specific video. And then some screenshots that you can use for thumbnails or anything that you want. This is pretty epic to just be able to upload a video and have it create pretty much anything I want. Now you can see everything is backwards. That is super easy to fix. You go up here into all settings. We just have to go into audio video right here and mirror video. Boom. Click on that and we now look fine. Everything about Riverside is perfectly simple and easy to use. The ability to record all of your guests in their full HD quality that gets uploaded and mixed together and created into clips and videos right after your live stream is finished. Well, it just doesn't get any better than that. It makes that content infinitely reusable, and it's saved here so you can do a best of video later on if you wanted to do that. There are just so many awesome options that Riverside offers for specifically the podcasting live stream genre. It really doesn't get any easier than that. Not only is Riverside the perfect software partner to build a live podcast broadcast, but it will also take your recordings and create clips of highlights that are going to be ready automatically minutes after you stop live streaming. And these clips can drive as much or more growth in your channel than the live stream does. Now, there's no doubt that Riverside is the best thing to perform this sort of broadcast. But if you don't believe me, check it out for yourself. And they've been kind enough to give me a coupon code just for my audience. It's Michael. Very simple. So if you decide to check it out, just put in the code Michael, get yourself a discount. It's absolutely incredible. But that's just what I think. I want to know what you think about the live podcasting format and Riverside down in the comments below. And if you want to learn more about how Riverside's live streaming works, check this video out. And if you're always looking for tools, tips, and tricks to help make you a better live streamer or YouTuber, subscribe to the channel. My name is Michael Fire Jr. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.